Hello guys, my name is Wes, founder of Westway Fitness, but today we're not going to talk about Zodiac Fitness. I want to go over all the books that I've read, and we're going to start off with The Fall of America by Elijah Muhammad. I'm not going to read the whole book. I'm just going to read the things that I highlighted going through the book, things that stood out to me the most. So I hope you enjoy this. If you haven't read the book yet, I don't want to spoil it for you. But if you don't mind, maybe this will interest you into purchasing it. Who knows? But yeah, let's get into it. The Fall of America. What we got highlighted first. Okay, this what stood out to me. It say on page 11, we must shake off the dead, dumb, and blind shackles that have beset us for generations and move towards unity of our kind. This is the truth. We must unite at all costs. Once united, we must stand fully packed as a wall against injustice. If your brother does not want to unite with you, then you must teach him, cajole him. Cajole, I don't know if I'm saying this word right, but I'm gonna spell it out. Cajole. Cajole him, urge him, and persuade him by must. Cajole him, urge him, and persuade him by all methods available until he realized that he too must give his all on the altar of justice. They know that Islam frees black men from fear. That stood out to me. It say they know that Islam frees black men from fear. I will tell y'all what that means to me, but I'm gonna let y'all use your own discernment on these things that I'm going over. First, we must discipline our women. If any of them are so blind as to consort with our oppressors, then we must take counsel among ourselves, and with her, we must exert every pressure at our command until she will have returned to a state of loyalty to her own. This is talking about the black woman with the black man and the black people. It's a much of the defection among our women stems from the fact that they have been cajoled into following the oppressor's style when it comes to hair, dress, and clothing. These are the badges to sin and cause men to leer and behave lasciviously. Lasciviously. If you study the customs and tradition of Islamic countries, you will see the proper manner of dress. These are the rules we must lay down and enforce if our women are to receive the respect due them. Oppressors seek out our women to debase them. We want and must insist upon an area in this land that we can call our own, somewhere we can hold our heads with pride and dignity without the continuous harassment and indignities of our oppressors. We must realize that whereas the black man in Africa is our brother, our central responsibilities is with the black man here in the wilderness of North America. The resurrection means that we, the black men of North America, will rise from the mental death, realize we are discover who God is, name the devil for the beast that he is, then like Joseph, go on to become masters in the land wherein once you were a slave, taking your power back. Okay, let's go find other ones. Okay, it says The Black Man, chapter 4, page 26. After he, the devil himself, had put our black fathers to sleep to the knowledge of their black selves, the white man pretty nearly destroyed all of the original color of us, and he added in his own color, and we love our own black color. As you should. I know I do. Chapter 5, Under the Shadows of Death. I highlighted, they seek police jobs so that they can beat and kill us who are trying to escape. Sound like a trap to me. It say, what do we look like cutting down on our birth rate? They want us to stop having kids. They want us to get abortions. They've been talking about this in these old books, and they still talking about it today. So who is really the problem? It say, we, the black people, are the true owners, and Allah, God, is giving our earth back to us. It say the Bible teaches that the meek shall inherit the earth. The humble, poor people, they will get the earth, for it belongs to them. Chapter 7, it say, when Abraham Lincoln and J.F. Kennedy spoke out for the Negroes. Page 33, it say, it seems very strange that every president who says something favorable for the so-called Negroes pay for with his life. It say we also can substantiate this by the fact that only Negroes who want to lead the so-called Negroes to a better life and towards the true peace, freedom, justice, and equality, which he is entitled to enjoy, is also subjected to the same kind of assassination or attempt of assassination. They're saying that all the leaders that try to help the black people ended up getting, and it's been a repeated cycle for generations. It's a chapter 8, the national election, page 32nd, page 37. Vote for Allah God to be your ruler. Okay, what else we got? Okay, it say the children are wiser and educated more in method to keep the Aboriginal black man in America blind, deaf, and dumb. Today you can buy good food if you have the money. However, much of it is poisoned by chemical use. It say they want him to give them better positions, and they will offer to cut off the heads of their black brothers if it will please the masters. They saying that black people be going for these high position jobs just to destroy the other black people. Well, you know how the house niggas, they let the house niggas inside the house. He's still a nigga, but he inside the house. It's like no matter if you inside or outside, you still a nigga, and you betraying your own people just to be on the same side as your op, and biting you in the ass in the end. So yeah. Don't be that. Don't be him. It say they do not want the praise and the exhaustion of God in their own black people. They want it from the slave master's children. The slave master children will give it to them as long as they reject themselves in kind and worship and exalt the white people. Basically, you got to turn against yourself to be accepted into the territory of the opposition, but you still won't have full access. They'll breadcrumb you to the death. Okay, but when you have been given the knowledge of yourself, the nature in which God created you, and you still allow the enemy to make a fool of you, then you do not have the sympathy of God in the righteous, not after knowledge. If you know better, you better do better. And if you don't, that's your ass. That's what they saying. But if you don't know better, you get a slide, you get a pass. But you're supposed to learn from the mistakes. So you ain't got too many chances. That's what I'm saying. All right, moving on. It say you lust for his half-nude women and thirst for whiskey and beer. You desire gambling, robbing, and killing each other for the personal property of others. This is the work of the devil upon you. You do not have to allow him to cause you to live such a life. Do not blame them. Blame your foolish self. Chapter 15, it says America, page 66. Say, I am told that America already has concentration camps built for this purpose. Concentration camps are jail houses and prison houses. And there's a whole bunch of those. Chapter 16, Independence Day, page 68. It say, that is all. The black slave was rejoicing over that he did not have to work that day. They're talking about Independence Day. But you are free now, and you do not need this for an excuse for your worship, of the 4th of July. It's like, none of these holidays is really for black people. And it's like no reason for us to participate in these rituals. All this stuff is against us. It's not for us, and we need to separate ourselves from these holidays, these religions, and all this other nonsense. Okay, it said it is time that God intervenes to bring about an end of such people as the wicked of America. Saying in due time America will be going to hell, and we all know that. It say they do this through envy, jealousy, and proudness on the part of the person. This is the way the black man of America is divided. The devil knows that the black man is proud and envious. The white man helps him to be this way so that the black man will never get any place towards self. If the black man takes such steps to divide himself up, look how the devil is teaching our people division now. And division is real big within the black community, and everybody know it. Every religion know it. And guess what? They don't do nothing but add the fire to the flame. You know, they really a part of us being divided. You know, they have to keep us apart for them to gain. And we have to wake up to that shit, because it's not right. It's if all the little black organizations who are trying to do something for self will unite with me and make a complete body of one, we will most certainly have salvation in our hand at once. We have to come together. There's no other way around it. We have to come together. That's the only answer. It's American educational system has never benefited you and me, only to keep us slaves to the white man. It we, the black people, want an educational system that will bring us into unity as a man before Allah God. We want an educational system that we can read in the light of ancient and modern history. We want an educational system that will guide us through tomorrow, not an educational system that is dying today. What hope can you have in a world that is crashing and bursting asunder as America is? Do you think that we will be here and that you will go back like you were before the war? I say, you wait and see. This is the end of America. Allah God will destroy her, for she is the most evil one of the white race. American is more evil than Europe. America is worse than her father, England. America, England, they all in cahoots. They related. It Allah God offers you and me heaven at once, not heaven after you are dead. If you do not accept heaven, he can also put us in hell if we reject his help. Remember, the destruction of America's educational system means the doom of America, and hell in heaven is not an actual place. It's a mentality. It's a reality. Just to make that clear. It's robbers and murderers, killers and dope addicts are prowling the streets after night to exact their evil intentions upon the innocent. This is a mob of savages that the intelligent and the decent women should not dare venture out among. And if we see such women walking around, they are a part of this savage people. They say you are who you hang with. Even if it was for one day, you know what them people was up to. You know what these people got going on. If you outside with them, you are part of them, and you deserve whatever they got coming. That's what they say. Be careful who you hang with, because they karma gonna be your karma if you keep on playing with fire. Chapter 23, the dissatisfied. The black people in North America who are up from slavery are the target of the white slave master's children, who wish to keep them here and deprive of their salvation if possible. The white man is trying to tempt the black man all over the earth to take part with white man in evil and filth. They need some help. And sometimes you go after the people that you are trying to destroy to help you. If I can't if I can't win you, join you and then turn against you. You know, that backstabbing stuff, just nasty work. It say the dissatisfied must be removed from the satisfied of Allah God and his people of righteousness. Chapter 25, America Loss of Friendships. It say, therefore the black man is warned in Revelations 18 verse 4, come out of her, my people. This scripture warns the black man to give up Babylon, which is a symbolic name meaning America. It's time to let her go. Even if we got to go to a third world country. It has caused actual death of our proper mental way of thinking. The natural brain of the black slave is poisoned and cannot think for itself. So Allah God is asking us to separate from white America, but the mentally dead do not want to go from her, for they have not yet gotten the knowledge of truth of our God Allah in his mercy for them. America was discovered in 1492. You must know that all of the revelations, or at least 90%, is directed towards America, to America. There is no hereafter for the white race. Some few who are in Asia will stick around for a while. Do as you please with that information. In ancient Babylon history, the enslaved Jews were ordered to flee out of her midst and be delivered, every man his soul, from the fierce anger of the Lord. Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 45, of the Revelation of John chapter 18 verse 4. To flee out of Babylon so that they be not partakers of her sin of Babylon and receive not of her plagues. The white man has poisoned our people's minds so thoroughly that they fight against their own God and salvation to gain the favor of their own enemies. Like, you really gonna go against yourself to protect and take up for people that try to destroy you, did destroy you? It's insane. We gotta wake up. Chapter 40, the destruction and fall. Page 170. The destruction and fall of the world that we have known is now without a doubt in process. When we refer to the world, we are referring to the world of the white man, for the world of the black man has yet to come. The devil cannot destroy God's creation because the devil had no part in the creation of the first creation. Since the devil had no part in the first creation, this makes the devil unable to lay hold to the power that would destroy the first work of God. You ain't put in on it, so you can't get none. Type shit. It say, but as soon as the black man can awaken to the knowledge of this that he is in, then he can lay hold to that which he did not have knowledge of, which is that the black man is the creator of the first creation. Allah God wants to put the black man back into power, and the way the black man can be put back into power is Allah has to make the black man all over again to master the power after giving the black man the authority. And we will rise again. But to get the house into our service, it is like a mother giving birth to a baby. The baby must mature in that which he is in, as a baby matures in the womb of the mother in order to be born. So the black man must mature to be born into a new world that the black man must build himself. These are the days of trouble. And we got a lot of immature black people in general, not just the black man. It's a lot of black immature people in general. We have to grow up. It come to a time we have to grow up. It ain't no other way. All that child mentality, being immature, that's out. Throw it away. It ain't working. It won't ever work. Chapter 45. American hasn't her own doom. We are in a world that is passing out of existence, and she is putting up a fight. War to destroy the nation of righteousness. Be aware to try to oppose the success of Allah. Truth only hasten the doom of falsehood and its teachers. Try to oppose the success of Allah. Truth only hasten the doom of falsehood in its teachers. Chapter 47, America's Dreaded Destiny, page 194. She conquered the Aboriginal Red Indians, the original owners of the land, whom she found here and took it for a home for herself and kind. Stealing people land and property, but we gonna get it back in blood. It's all of the plagues, destruction, and judgment which Allah God used to destroy the wicked and disobedient from the time of Adam until this day will be brought upon America. Then she will be burned with fire. This is the time of trouble that shall bring America into insanity. Chapter 48, the dreadful times of America, page 199. The name America is not yet 500 years old, so the prophets refer to it as a wilderness. America is so-called the wilderness. Europe will become one of the worst war areas of all the world, more dreadful than Vietnam and other places that you are planning on going into. Asia will look like child's play when compared to what's going to happen in Europe. We could buy hospitals and places to educate and train our people into the superior education of the nation of earth, but you will rather give your money over to the white Americans and let them spend it. It's a chapter 52, Hell Erupts. As you know, from the 400 years of legal slavery and free slavery of the American so-called Negroes, they have never been recognized even as human beings. As one devil says, they are only 3/5 of a human being. It is true that the history of our treatment by the devil slave master practically made our parents and ourselves less than human beings. This is why I teach that the main rights we should seek first are human rights. Maybe you need to do your homework on human rights so you can get fair treatment. This knowledge makes them balk or refuse to continue carrying the slave master as something to worship. This has angered the slave master. This is a repetition of Israel history and of Pharaoh's evil in these modern times. History always repeats itself, and it won't stop unless we ascend as one unit. It says the angry nation refers to white America and Europeans who are also enslavers of the black man. England, Belgium, Germany, France, and Italy have all played in the enslavement of black Africans and black people throughout Africa, Asia, and here in the Americas, North and South America. White people as justice and freedom for black people, especially for the blacks in the Western Hemisphere. There is no such thing as peace among them, nor can they produce peace for others. This is the time of the increase of knowledge. God has given the black man of America more light into this increase of divine knowledge than any blacks elsewhere, because he chose to make for himself a great nation out of the former slaves of America. It's a white America is angry at God for resurrecting the black slaves into the knowledge of self in his slave master. This means that they are entering into a war with Almighty God, Allah, to try to oppose the truth of God's preached by the messenger of God. And they really was upset about the age of Aquarius, because that's when everything came to life. Came to life and came to the light. Chapter 53, the Great Commotion. But this, page 219, but this is what is now affecting. It is the actions of divine justice for the poor man, black slaves. America mistreated and killed her black slaves for sport, but America's day is drawing to a close. He said, and she will not have the freedom to mistreat the black slave much longer, as the mistreatment of the Egyptian practice against Israel came to an end. So will the mistreatment of the black slaves by the white come to an end. The Great Commotion will continue in America until the commotion has destroyed the power of oppositions. The calamity. Chapter 54, the calamity. The word calamity means a state of deep distress, of misery, caused by major misfortune or loss, or a great event marked by great loss and lasting distress and affliction. It's a chapter 55. Can America exist? Page 225. Europe was divinely given to the white race as a home when they were driven out of Arabia 6,000 years ago to abide there on that continent until their day of reckoning comes to them. They hate me with a bloody hatred, and they try to kill me for teaching the truth to my people. They do not want the black man of America to enjoy freedom, justice, and equality. And that's a problem. Why? America and Germany are the most evil of the white race. And they cousins. Just nasty. She pays the black man high wages and salaries and takes it back from him through the high cost of living. The high cost of living are trying to live according to the way of the white man lives, keeps the black man's down. Yet while the white man teaches that all human beings are created accordingly, at the same time he robs the black man of a chance to be the equal of other human beings. And that don't add up. He say he will fight to keep his place and authority over the people. It say the judgment of America is due to the way that she has treated the so-called Negro black people of America for 400 years. Dogging our people out for 400 years is insane. It say they find it so free to beat and kill the one slave so-called Negroes at will, that they will continue this practice of mistreating and murdering the slaves day and night, because there is no law of justice for the black man of America, who was the property of the fathers of America, white citizens. That's why we have to get our human rights in order. The time that we are now in is a time of the anger of God against the evildoers. It is a time that the God of righteousness rejoiced to repay the evildoers for their doing and to reward the righteous for their righteousness. Chapter 56. What will be the end of the war? America must come out of Asia or be thrown out. Each America and Russia, the two most powerful war factors of the world, is seeking to maintain their rule over the nation of Earth and even to conquer outer space. Black brother, do not look for a high-paying job. I done said, Elijah Muhammad said, and it do make sense though. It do make sense. It's like no matter how much we make or how much we try to make, the game is not set for us to be over them. The game is not set for us to be superior. We just a part of it. That's it. So it was with Pharaoh when Allah Jehovah went after Egypt. Pharaoh refused to give justice to Israel and made war against Allah and his prophet Moses to prevent Israel from going free of Pharaoh's enslavement of them. That's the book of Moses. That was in Moses. Chapter 57, the war. America cannot win the victory. She tries to woo the so-called Negroes with false and temporary promises by offering him high political jobs to keep him from turning his attention to self and in kind. Just like they talking about vote for that lady because she gonna give us reparations. No, it's all a trick. Don't fall for it. Don't bite the bait. It say the white man wants them to believe that he is the God that they should pay attention to. Oh, we know by divine prophecy that America cannot win. And it's slowly coming to light. It's slowly coming to light. Chapter 58, the mother plane, the nature of the new world is righteousness. It's gonna have to be balanced. Balance will come into full effect. And if you're not a part of balancing the scale, you will be thrown off, all the way off. You will not be a part of it. If you're not on a level playing ground, you're not on the same page, and you're not with justice, oh yeah, you will perish. You will perish. Ezekiel's prophecy of the whale. Ezekiel saw a great work going on in the whale and 4 living creatures. The 4 creatures represent the 4 colors of the original people of earth. These 5 powers are the black, brown, yellow, red, and white of the 4 original powers. He said that he heard the voice of one tell the other to take coals of fire and to scatter it all over the cities. This means bombs. It could mean fire too. These bombs are not to be dropped into water. They are to be dropped only on cities. Black, brown, yellow, and red. The red Indian is to benefit also from the judgment of the world. You never thought the day will come when you will see your wife, mother, an old gray-haired woman walking down the street today half nude. A few years ago, they would not have dared to come out into public like that, but now they do so because the devil has put his approval on this kind of attire. They desire to please the devil. They do whatever the devil bids them to do. The devil desires to take the black man with him to his doom. It says the mother plane is made for the purpose of destroying the present world. The mother plane is a little human-made planet. So it's not a ship, it's a planet. It said here that our black scientists dropped on the planet Earth to bring up mountains out of the earth after the planet was created. It say the wicked rulers veil the eyes of the people with falsehood so that the people may take falsehood for truth and the truth for falsehood. Yeah, they got everything mixed up and backwards. Everything's mixed up and backwards on purpose. That's why it's always good to use your own discernment and do your own research and do your own homework. Believe nothing you hear in one half of what you see. If it don't sit right with you, most of the time that ain't true. Listen to your soul. It say they made the people think that the prophet and his God were too weak to prevail over falsehood with truth. To wait for the truth to be fulfilled means that we will suffer the consequences of the truth for not accepting the truth. A lot of people don't want to know the truth because they got so comfortable with the lie. The lie feel better. The truth always hurt, and it would always hurt. That's only if you are not comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to be very uncomfortable when the truth reveals itself because you've been lied to for so long. It is prophesied that on the day of judgment, the angels will come to exalt judgment on you for not believing and to save those who do believe. The preacher, the messenger, is the first to be judged. All the false prophets, oh yeah, belt to ass. Chapter 60, when ye shall see all these things, strange happenings, the prophecies of Jesus said that parents will be against children and children will be against parents. Parents are murdering their children and children are murdering their parents, and that's going on right now today. That is going on right now today. And y'all say y'all don't believe in God, y'all don't believe in the living word, when this stuff is unfolding right in front of our eyes. A terrible time is gradually approaching upon us. A time so terrible until it will make children gray-headed. And a lot of people, young people, got gray hair right now today. They only 20. Got a hair full of gray hair. And with the free black slaves thinking that he will eat some crumbs of freedom, justice, and equality from his white slave master, the free black slave will be gravely deceived. I say to you, my black brothers and my black sisters, fly to Allah, not walk, not run, fly. Fly to God. And that was it. That was it. Those was the most interesting things that stood out to me in this book. I hope that, you know, interest you a little bit to even want to purchase this book. I think it's a good read. I think it's a good read. I think that everybody should know every side, because everybody got a side, everybody got a perspective. And what we are fed daily is usually deception. So yeah, it's always wise to do your own homework and do your own research, so you can get your own perspective of the information that's being fed to you on a daily. And then you can go with your own discernment, how your gut feel about it when you read the book. And some of the stuff is gonna make you mad. It's gonna make you mad as hell. But that's why we master self-control, so we don't let things take control over us. We learn the information because it's always good to know than not to know. And then we know how to move forward, and then you know what to teach your kids. So they won't pull wood over your kids' eye, because they don't deserve that. Your kids deserve the truth. So they know how to move accordingly. With that being said, yeah, say blessed.